Welcome to iGlobal Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, it has been a very difficult morning for traders after President Trump decided a surprise announcement asking the USTR, which is also known as the United States Trade Representative, to consider tariffs on an additional 100 billion worth of goods from China. Markets globally were rather whipsawed, and significantly so was the US stock market this morning. Looking at the Australian dollar, the technical implications are bearish. Now, even though we did get a bullish response earlier in the day, yesterday, the market posted a high of 77.25 before plummeting this morning to a low of 55, and still at this stage looks relatively negative. Overall, though, I do expect to see the downside challenge around 76.30-35, where I've outlined here, and towards that region I anticipate position squaring or profit taking. So for those that are trading short, maybe look towards that region to take some money off the table and in terms of your position. Well, the dollar index did actually stage a significant rise this morning and hit a target of 90.06. This in terms has weakened the euro and now looks closer to the level of 121.80 to 122 the figure. As I've mentioned quite a few times, the bearish double top reversal neckline comes in at 121.80 and a break beneath there will give further exposure to the downside of 118. Now later today, the market will be anticipating the numbers from the non-farm payrolls in the US. Now that comes out at 10:30 Sydney time. Measuring the quality of how the markets are looking is I do expect to see a slightly better number. Therefore, that would actually see a rise in the number of around 190,000 in March. This is the forecast. Previous was 313,000. The average hourly earnings previous was at 0.1%. The market forecast around 0.3%. The unemployment rate is forecasted slightly lower at 4% from 4.1%. And also we do have Fed Chairman Jerome Powell to give a speech later also. So keep an eye out for that if you're trading into the late session this evening. Resistance on the day for the euro is at 122.95. Well, the dollar yen did rally on the back of the unexpected news this morning and broke the level of 107.35, but didn't quite clear it. Posted a 5-week high of 107.42. I do expect to see buying opportunity from 106.55.70. Purely for the fact is that we are looking for a further rally towards 107.70 for dollar yen. As the sterling was weaker as also overnight, and the market slipped slightly on the back of the UK service PMI data, which was lower than expected and came under the forecast of 53.9 to 51.7. Now, as you can see, the uptrend clearly from a broader picture is that this broad uptrend from around late October comes in now at 139.30.55. I do anticipate demand from there, but if we see a break, could expose the region of 136.5 to 137. Resistance on the day seen at 140.60. So gold did post a gravestone doji. We got follow-on to a low of 1,322 before the rebound, and now questions whether the market has actually hit a base again and now looking for further coverage up to 35 or on towards 42. It would seem now that the market keeps staging a bounce around that 20 level, so it could find support there again if we get a very strong whipsawed night from the non-farm payrolls. Silver also staged a relatively good bounce from $16.15. That area is still seen as a buy zone, and at the moment we are looking up towards 45 and then towards 65 to 80. With the rebound coming back in slightly positive, could see further coverage to the upside. And wrapping up with oil, the Dragonfly Doji didn't quite confirm the bullish move, and we could now see a retest to this uptrend, which comes in around 61.5. Resistance now seen for oil at 63.80 to 64.20. So that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and also the new weekend that's about to commence.